You stole our technology, not our permission to use it.
For centuries, the Human Federation possessed the most advanced energy technology in the galaxy, not because it was the most powerful, but because only humans could control it. Every human core was protected by a living quantum lock. If anyone else tried to activate it, the core simply refused to work. The galaxy called it human arrogance. The alien empire thought differently. They believed everything could be stolen, especially from humans. After months of secret planning, the Emperor launched the largest espionage operation in galactic history. Human research stations were infiltrated, scientists were bribed, cargo ships were hijacked. Finally, the impossible happened. The Empire stole the legendary Genesis core, the greatest invention humanity had ever created. News spread across the galaxy within hours. Alien worlds celebrated. Military leaders cheered. Commentators declared, the age of humanity is over. Earth's greatest weapon now belongs to the Empire. The Emperor smiled. For the first time, he believed humanity could never recover. Far away, on Earth, no alarm sounded. No emergency meeting was called. No fleets launched. Instead, human Commander Lucas Kane quietly watched the news. An officer looked confused. Commander, they just stole the Genesis core. Why aren't we stopping them? Lucas smiled, then calmly replied, because that's exactly what we wanted. The room fell silent. The officer stared at him. Sir, what do you mean? Lucas walked toward a holographic display. He enlarged the image of the stolen core, then pointed at its center. Look carefully. Inside the glowing blue crystal, a tiny symbol flashed. One no alien could recognize. It wasn't a power source. It wasn't a weapon. It was a human authorization seal. Lucas folded his arms. Every Genesis core is alive. It knows who its owner is. And if it's ever stolen... He paused. A faint smile appeared on his face. It becomes our greatest trap. Meanwhile, inside the magnificent Imperial Palace, the alien emperor proudly placed the Genesis core onto his throne. Thousands of nobles applauded. The galaxy watched the ceremony live. The emperor raised his hand. Today, the Human Federation loses everything. He reached toward the glowing core. The entire palace held its breath. Then, the Genesis core lit up. A brilliant blue light spread through the throne room. The emperor laughed, believing he had won. But millions of kilometers away, Commander Lucas Kane quietly whispered, "Now it begins." The blue light suddenly turned crimson. Every alarm inside the Imperial Palace activated at once. The celebration instantly became panic. The Imperial Palace descended into chaos. Red warning lights flashed across every corridor. Emergency alarms echoed through the throne room. The stolen Genesis core was no longer glowing blue. Its light had turned deep crimson. Every alien scientist rushed toward it. One engineer shouted, "Disconnect it." Another screamed, "We can't." The core has locked itself into the Imperial power grid. The Emperor's smile vanished. Moments later, every alien weapon inside the palace powered down. Energy shields disappeared. Defense cannons fell silent. The Empire's most secure fortress was suddenly defenseless. The chief scientist examined the core. His scanner returned only one message: "Authorized user not found." He frowned. "This technology, it's rejecting us." The Emperor slammed his fist onto the throne. "Force it open." The scientists obeyed. Laser cutters, plasma drills, quantum disruptors. Nothing worked. The Genesis core remained untouched, as if it were indestructible. Millions of people across the galaxy watched the live broadcast. No one understood what was happening. How could one small human device control an entire empire? Back on Earth, Commander Lucas Kane stood inside humanity's quantum command center. A young officer smiled. Phase 1 successful. Lucas nodded. Begin Phase 2. The officer placed his hand on a holographic console. Thousands of encrypted signals spread across the galaxy. Invisible, silent, undetectable. Inside the Imperial Palace, The Genesis core suddenly projected a giant blue hologram. Instead of alien code, a human message appeared. Commander Lucas Kane's face filled the throne room. Every alien froze. Lucas looked directly at the Emperor, then calmly said, "Congratulations. You successfully activated humanity's emergency protocol." Silence. No one understood. The Emperor growled, "What have you done?" Lucas smiled. "You didn't steal our greatest technology. You carried it directly into the center of your own empire." Suddenly, every human Genesis core across the galaxy awakened, hidden inside trade stations, research facilities, cargo ships, even abandoned outposts. They had all been waiting for the stolen core to send one signal. An Imperial admiral rushed into the throne room. His face was pale. "Your Majesty, we're receiving reports from every sector. Human technology is activating everywhere." One by one, Imperial military networks began shutting down. Navigation systems failed. Weapons refused to fire. Entire fleets drifted helplessly through space. The Emperor stared at Lucas's hologram. For the first time, he realized the truth. Humanity had never tried to protect its technology. They had designed it to be stolen. Lucas gave one final warning. The trap is only beginning. The hologram disappeared. At that exact moment, long-range sensors detected thousands of unknown Human Federation warships emerging from hyperspace. The Empire wasn't preparing for victory anymore. It was preparing for war. The Imperial War Room was filled with panic. Every screen displayed the same message. Human fleets detected. Thousands of blue hyperspace portals were opening across the Empire. The Human Federation was invading. They were appearing exactly where the Empire was weakest. The Emperor slammed his fist onto the command table. "Launch every fleet." An admiral hesitated. "Your Majesty, our navigation systems are still offline." Another officer added, "Our weapons refuse to lock onto human ships." The Emperor couldn't believe it. His own empire had become blind. Millions of Human Federation warships emerged silently from hyperspace. Leading them was the legendary flagship, HFS Sovereign. On its bridge, Commander Lucas Kane stood with complete confidence. He looked at the holographic battlefield, then gave a single order: disable every military installation. Do not fire on civilians. The human fleet moved with perfect precision. Within minutes, Imperial shipyards, weapon factories, orbital defense platforms were completely surrounded, not destroyed. Captured across the galaxy, alien civilizations watched in disbelief. One reporter whispered, "The humans could destroy the Empire, but they're choosing not to." Another replied, "They're fighting soldiers, not innocent people." For the first time, the galaxy saw the true difference between conquest and justice. Inside the palace, the Emperor finally lost his patience. He reached beneath his throne and activated something no one had seen before. A hidden chamber opened. Inside stood the Titan Protocol, the Empire's ultimate weapon, a colossal humanoid war machine, nearly a kilometer tall, powered by an artificial star. The Emperor smiled again. "Let's see your trap stop this." The Titan awakened. Its crimson eyes illuminated the sky. With one blast, an entire asteroid belt vanished. Even human commanders stared at the enormous machine. One officer asked, "Commander, did we know about this?" Lucas nodded slowly. "Yes." The officer looked relieved. Then Lucas quietly added, "We built it." Silence filled the bridge. Years ago, the Empire had secretly stolen blueprints for an experimental human defense project. They believed they had completed it, but they never realized the blueprints were incomplete. One critical system was missing, a system that only humanity possessed. The Titan raised its massive weapon, preparing to destroy the human fleet. The Emperor laughed. Certain victory was finally his. Lucas calmly pressed a single button. Across the battlefield, every human officer smiled. The Titan suddenly froze. Its glowing crimson eyes turned brilliant blue. The Empire's ultimate weapon recognized its true creators. It slowly turned away from the human fleet and faced the Imperial Palace. The Emperor's smile disappeared. He whispered, "What have I done?" The Titan's main cannon began charging, and every alarm in the capital screamed at once. The galactic capital held its breath. The Titan's main cannon was fully charged. Its blue energy illuminated the stars. Every alien on the planet stared upward, waiting for the end. The Emperor screamed, "Override the Titan." Engineers desperately entered command codes. Nothing worked. Every access attempt returned the same message. Original human command authority detected. The Titan no longer obeyed the Empire. It obeyed humanity. Inside the bridge of the HFS Sovereign, Commander Lucas Kane remained calm. An officer asked, "Commander, should we destroy the Imperial Palace?" Lucas slowly shook his head. "No, we're here to end the war, not become the monsters they believed we were." Every human officer nodded. That was the human way. The Titan suddenly fired. A colossal blue beam crossed space. The Emperor closed his eyes. But the Imperial Palace remained untouched. Instead, the beam destroyed the Empire's orbital superweapon hidden behind the planet. The massive station exploded into thousands of burning fragments. The Emperor stared in disbelief. Humanity had saved the very people who had betrayed them. Across the galaxy, alien civilizations watched the live broadcast. One council member whispered, "Humans had every reason to destroy us." Another replied, "Instead, they're protecting us." For the first time, fear of humanity began turning into respect. Then, every long-range sensor activated at once. A terrified communications officer rushed into the war room. His voice shook. Unknown hyperspace signatures detected. The room became silent. One by one, thousands, then millions of enormous black warships emerged from deep space. They weren't human. They weren't imperial. They belonged to something far older. Commander Lucas Kane looked at the enemy symbol. His expression changed instantly. "Impossible." One officer asked, "Commander, who are they?" Lucas answered quietly, "The Oblivion Swarm. The civilization humanity has been preparing for our entire existence." The gigantic enemy flagship slowly transmitted a single message across every frequency in the galaxy. "Humanity, we have finally found you." Silence filled every ship, every planet, every civilization. The Emperor slowly looked toward Lucas Kane. For the first time, he understood. Humanity had never been building powerful technology to conquer the galaxy. They had been preparing to protect it. The greatest war in history was only beginning. The galaxy fell completely silent. Millions of black warships covered the stars. The Oblivion Swarm had arrived, a civilization older than any known empire. They didn't negotiate. They didn't conquer. They erased civilizations from history. The alien emperor slowly turned toward Commander Lucas Kane. His voice trembled. "Can we defeat them?" Lucas looked out at the endless enemy fleet, then quietly answered, "Not alone." For the first time in thousands of years, the Human Federation, the Alien Empire, and every surviving civilization formed a single alliance. Old enemies became brothers in arms. Every fleet gathered above the galactic capital. More than 20 million warships, the largest military force ever assembled. Inside the bridge of the HFS Sovereign, a young officer spoke nervously. "Commander, the Oblivion Swarm outnumbers us 10 to 1. Lucas smiled. Numbers never decided humanity's victories. Choices did. Without warning, the swarm attacked. Thousands of black energy beams crossed the stars. Entire fleets disappeared. Planets shook from the shockwaves. The battle became absolute chaos. Lucas stood before the command console, then activated Project Genesis, a project no alien had ever known existed, hidden beneath Earth's oceans. A colossal ring of ancient human quantum gates awakened. One by one, gigantic blue portals opened across the battlefield. From them emerged Human warships that had remained hidden for centuries. Milio, then millions more. The final reserve fleet. Humanity had never revealed its true strength. Not because they feared the galaxy, but because they were waiting for this day. The balance of the war changed instantly. Blue quantum cannons tore through the swarm. Enemy flagships exploded across the stars. For the first time, the Oblivion Swarm began retreating. Then, the Swarm's supreme intelligence appeared. A colossal living machine, larger than a planet. Its mechanical voice echoed across the galaxy. Humanity, why do you protect those who betrayed you? Lucas answered without hesitation. Because protecting life is what makes us human. The Supreme Intelligence charged its planet-killing weapon. Lucas gave one final order. All fleets, full power. Millions of human and alien ships fired together. Blue and golden beams merged into one blinding wave of light. It struck the Supreme Intelligence. For one endless moment, the galaxy became pure white. Then, silence. The swarm's flagship shattered. Every remaining enemy ship powered down. The war was over. Weeks later, the Galactic Council gathered once again. This time, the alien emperor walked to Commander Lucas Kane. He removed his imperial crown and bowed. We stole your technology, yet you still saved us. Lucas offered his hand. The future isn't built by revenge. It's built by trust. The emperor accepted the handshake. The entire council rose to its feet. Thunderous applause echoed across the chamber. From that day forward, human technology was no longer feared. It became the foundation of a new galactic alliance. Every cadet, every scientist, every leader learned the same lesson. Humanity's greatest secret was never its technology. It was the courage to protect others, even after being betrayed. And that was the day the entire galaxy finally understood why humanity could never be defeated.